it's a good start to the trip. Love the fact that back-to-back games, single digits off of our turnovers. That was a big Achilles heel for us in most of the season. So it's good to see us get those numbers down, which will naturally make the defensive numbers look better. And again, I thought it was a great defensive effort tonight by everybody. And the 30 assist, I absolutely love. I thought De'Aaron was in attack mode all night, which is what we want to see. And really got some nice performances from everyone who had the opportunity to play tonight.
Start with James Ham.
Hey, Luke, Buddy Hield just looked like a different player tonight. I don't know if it's a little bit of the Kobe stuff or something different, but just how much do you guys need that type of Buddy Hield for your team to be successful?
Yeah, I thought it was his most consistent game. This year for sure, and maybe since I've been here, just from a standpoint of playing, both sides of the ball, making good decisions, knocking down shots when we needed shots to be made, getting off the ball when they were blitzing him, and really just a steady game by him tonight. And we need that. It's a tough league to win in. And to get that type of play from him will give us a much better chance.
Sean Cunningham.
Luke, on the defensive end, you guys have had, you've held your opposition 8 of the last 9 quarters under 30 points. How far I know it's a small sample size, but how far does that seem away from where you guys were earlier this season?
Well, it's nice. It gives us a chance to win, and our guys, like I said, they've been working hard, and part of it was the amount of points we were giving up off our own turnovers. It felt like every night I was looking down, it was 20 plus points off our own turnovers. So then, even if you're holding an opponent to 105, it's 125, and that's that. So cleaning that up has helped, but I believe our guys are getting better. It was nice to get Hassan back out there tonight to kind of anchor us down. We still got pushed around on the offensive glass, but we did some pushing around too on our offensive glass, or theirs, however you want to look at that. But we're getting better, and like I said, it was a nice way to start the trip, and our defense looks much better right now than a week ago.
Tony Harden.
Yeah, Coach Walton. I'm not bringing up anything about the off season. I just want to know what's going on right now from training camp up until January 27, 2021. Buddy's attitude. Where's he at right now? A few games ago, he had a question about his shooting. He was real confident in saying that it will get better. It is getting better. What has been his attitude since the season started?
Yeah, he's been great. He's been very professional. This is me and him had a good long talk when he got here, and he's been from an attitude standpoint, he's been the professional you would expect him to be and want him to be, and you give him credit for that.
Matt George.
Hey, Luke, before the fourth quarter, it was 8 straight quarters that your team had held your opponents to under 30 points in those quarters, going back to the fourth quarter of the Clipper game. You've shared with us that, of course, this team still has a long way to go defensively, but to see improvement like that, a streak of less than 30 points in each quarter, what does that mean for the progression of this squad?
Well, it's big because it's when you put in the work, players like to see the results. And to feel it and experience holding teams under 30 in a quarter, and then another quarter, and then another quarter. So that's part of the learning curve. That's part of the process, and it came at a good time because the way we were playing defense, we weren't gonna win a lot of games.
Jason Jones.
Hey, Luke. Tonight, it seemed that Buddy, he started the game going at the basket, taking some mid-range jumpers, kind of get himself going. Just when a guy hasn't been able to find his shot overall, how good is it to see him look to score in different ways other than just the three that he's relied on so much this year?
Yeah, it's important. And what I thought was really impressive about his individual game tonight was he was just making the right read, right? Like we know Orlando likes to sit in that deep drop. So when he came off those screens and the big wasn't up, he just, with balance underneath him, he shot what are easy shots for him. And when it was in transition and they were running him off the line, he took the ball to the rim. And then when they started blitzing him later in the game, he got off the ball and gave passes to the center and let them create. So yeah, it is important to be able to get yourself going by scoring easier buckets than just threes. But I thought his overall decision making was really, really good tonight.
Marshall Harris.
Hey, Luke, when you look at the way your team played, despite not great shooting nights from De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton, who've been kind of in charge running the floor, what does that speak to you in terms of the team's capabilities if you can have guys with off shooting nights, De'Aaron 4 for 17, Tyrese 3 of 11, but they combined for 17 assists with just 4 turnovers, and both of them very active in making things happen, even if their shot's not falling.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what we're trying to get to as a team. Like we play a certain way all the time, and we're not there. But I thought De'Aaron and Tyrese played their games tonight. They were attacking, they were aggressive, they were playmaking for others, and then there's going to be some nights your shot's just not going. But as long as you're doing what you do every night, then the team will be in a pretty good spot, and you'll win some and you'll lose some depending on who's hot and who's not. But that's what we're trying to build towards. And I thought tonight was a good example of that by those two, right? Like 2 of our best players had 4 shooting nights, but they did other things. They created assists, they rebounded the ball, they picked up defensive pressure, and that's what we have to do as a team.
Christos Saltis.
Hello, Coach. Congratulations on the win. I'd
Thank
like
you.
to ask you, how important for you was to set the tone from the first minute of the game, because you started pretty well. You set the tone from your offense and defense also. And how important for you was to have every player of your starting lineup with double figures? What it means about your effort?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I like that. I like seeing that when we have 5, 6 guys in double figures. It means we're playing together, we're sharing the ball, we're trusting each other. We had 30 assists tonight, so that's what we're looking for. And honestly, that's when the game is fun, and that's when our team is at its best. So again, just we'll continue to work, continue to try to get better. And tonight was a good one for us.
Jason Anderson.
Hi, Luke. Nice win for you guys. Regarding Marvin, you've talked about how you've seen some good stuff from him defensively. Tonight, you saw him pass out of a crowd to an open shooter. Have you, given everything he's been through over the last couple of years, have you kind of pulled him aside and had a moment to say, look, I see you working. I'm proud of the progress you're making.
No, he knows that. Me and him talk a lot. And he played a big time game for us tonight. And down the stretch, it was one of those things where you only can have 5 guys on the floor, right? And Harrison was great, Marvin was great, Rashawn was great, Buddy played great, De'Aaron was in attack mode, and Tyrese has been clutch all season for us. So he played a great game. Didn't finish it, but we wouldn't have been in that position without him. So he is making great progress. He continues to improve and earn the trust of his team and his coaches. And yeah, I think that pass he made to Corey in the corner, I think it was Corey in the corner, was big time. And that's how not only he, but we all have to play all the time. And that was a play that he wasn't making a few weeks ago.
Go back to Tony Harvey, just a couple more.
Yeah, Coach. Getting back to the starters. They all were in double figures early in the third quarter. Just want to get your thoughts. Is that something that has to do with practice? How they've been looking at practice that spilled over into the game? What's your views on that?
That's just a team playing, believing in each other and playing for each other. In practice, I'd actually give the second unit the credit for that, because the second unit kicked the crap out of them when we practiced here yesterday. The second unit won every matchup. So, but that's what you like to see in your team. You like to see the units kind of going at each other and making each other better and pushing each other. And I thought part of why the starters played so well tonight is because they got beat up on yesterday.
All right, last one, Matt George.
And speaking to practice, coach, how important is it to not only see this response tonight, the first game after those practice days, but the response coming up in the doubleheader this weekend? How important is it to see tonight's effort carry over into those games for those lessons to really set in?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's about consistency, right? And we all know there's going to be setbacks again. But yeah, we have to go out and do the same thing in 2 nights from now. And it's about building habits, building consistency. And when you do that, you start winning a lot of games. It's not easy to do, or every team would do it. But that's what we're building towards. So we get 2 more opportunities in the next 3 nights, and we should be excited about those opportunities to get better again.